Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
Are you a barista? Because I like you a latte.
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
Clad in the Road Reds, the maroon block Roncalli lettering in navy, and the navy numerals trimmed in white. And we'll start the following. Johnny Brunk at the point guard spot, 6'2", the sophomore, averaging 8 points per game. Second guard is Anthony Donahue, 6'2", a sophomore, averaging 11 points per game. Jacob Denny, the third guard, 6'2", the senior, averaging 12.5 points per game. On the front line, Aiden Looney, 6'3", the junior, averaging 6.5 points per game. And Daniel Asher back in the starting lineup. The man in the middle, 6'7", the junior, averaging 6.5 points per game. Michael Wantz, the Rebel head coach. Winningest coach in school history. He is 246 and 143 in 17 seasons. Coach Wantz in the postseason is 23 and 15. And Nick, you think about that, the Rebels in 49 years have won 38 games in the postseason. Michael Wantz responsible for 23 of those in his 16 years.
Yeah, it's an impressive feat. I mean, that's a lot of games won, especially in such a tough sectional since the classes came out. So
the Rebels at 11 in the scorebook. Decatur Central dressing the maximum 12. They will start the same starting five that we saw when the Hawks were at the Woodshed back on December 7th. That's Kenny Tracy, the talented multi-sport star, football and basketball star. He's a 6-foot junior, averaging a team-high 15 points per game. Ryan Bostic, the second guard, 5'11", a senior, averaging 12.2 points per game. Seti Brent, the third guard, coming off an 18-point game on Tuesday night. He's a 5'10", junior, averaging 9 points per game. On the front line, Sebastian Murillo, 6'1", a junior, averaging 5.5 points per game. And Nehemiah Jones, the Ritter transfer, he's a 6'4", senior, and he averages 7.5 points per game. John Ashworth, the former Franklin Central and IUPUI standout, is the head coach. He is in his fourth season at Decatur Central. He is 40 and 47 with the Hawks. Tonight's officials, David Pillard, Darren Williams, and Drew Farley. Decatur Central in the home whites. They're the home team on the scoreboard, with the gold numerals, gold Blackhawks lettering, and the navy trim. We are in the southwest corner of this Perry Meridian Gymnasium. Roncalli bench is diagonal across the floor from our vantage point. Decatur Central bench to the right of them. The bench is along the southern sideline here at Decatur Central. Rebels will travel away from their bench in this first half. Great crew on hand tonight helping us out. First time in our broadcast history that we video streamed a game away from Roncalli's campus, so our video crew is on board tonight. Stefan Welsh overseeing the video, Jacob West, our director, Jackson Barrett and Drew Strader on the cameras. And Luke Jones handling things back in our CBS Sports 1430 studios on the audio side, keeping us on track and on time. And just prior to tip-off, we're at the top of the hour, so before we proceed with the start of this game, we're going to step out briefly, pausing 10 seconds for this station identification, reminding you you're listening to Roncalli basketball on CBS Sports 1430.
Miami's home for hoops is CBS Sports 1430, WXNT AM Indianapolis, WZPL HD3 Greenfield, Indianapolis.
So happy you're with us on this first weekend of March. Tournament time, one of the best times of the year. It's Jones and Asher to jump it up. David Pillar in the center circle to handle those chores. And we're set to go. Nehemiah Jones, who went by Nemo Jones last year when we saw him in a Ritter uniform. Perhaps a fan of the fish, Nick? Nemo Jones.
Maybe a fan of Disney.
Rebels win the tap. Hawks in a man-to-man. Brunk takes it to the wing. Tried to find Denny popping out. The pass is errant into the front row. So the Rebels turn it over just 10 seconds into the ball game. Not the start you want. Seti Brent handling the point. We saw Kenny Tracy at the point for much of the action. This time Tracy posting Denny in the block, turns and shoots, put it up short, missed his own. Brunk rebounds, and he's fouled in the deep backcourt. On a giveaway foul, let's see who that's Jones, or Tracy, I think. Yes, Tracy takes the foul. That's big, Gick. That's where they went right to Tracy, despite the fact he's 6 feet. He's got football strength.
Yeah.
Football offers all around for Kenny Tracy. He's got a cousin and a brother playing in the Big Ten. Looney on a kick-out three from Asher, missed it off the heel of the rim. Denny taps it out to the wing. Loose ball scooped up by Asher. Rebels continue the possession. Donahue on the far sideline, double, killed his dribble. Finds Looney in the corner against Jones. Back out to Donahue, Rebels reset. Bostic up tight on Donahue. Anthony can't get free. Denny pops out, down to Looney, posting Jones. Out to Asher. Looked at a long two, doesn't want to shoot it out there, gives to Brunk. Johnny resets. Brent plays him. On the far sideline, Tracy anticipated the pass to Denny and stole it away. So Brunk's turned it over twice in the first minute and change. Denny had to give a foul to stop a Tracy layup.
Well, other than the end of that possession, I liked what Roncalli was doing. They weren't forcing anything. They were being really patient with the ball, except it ended in a turnover.
Off the inbound, Brent settling up out between the circles. Bostic, who's a dangerous three-point shooter, gives to Murillo top side. Rebels switching things on the perimeter. Now Tracy checked by Donahue at the right point. Backs it in, gives to Bostic for a three that rolls off the rim, and Looney has the rebound by himself. Takes it up the floor with a pass ahead to Brunk. Johnny through the paint, pull up in the lane, off the heel of the rim, missed it. From 10, and Brent takes it the other way for the Hawks. Stumbling to the top of the circle, and waits for help. Almost 2 minutes in, we're scoreless. Tracy at the top of the key. Gives to Murillo in the corner. He drives on Asher. No space to shoot as Murillo giving up 6 inches in that matchup. Gives it out to Brent for a spot up three that's good. Seti Brent, 33%er on the year, but he's hit 6 threes in the last 2 games, make it 7 in the last 3. And that gets the Hawks on the board first, 3-0. Donahue gets a screen. He's into the paint, pull up from 12, got it. Good screen, got Anthony free. And the Rebels on the board, 3-2, they trail.
You give him any space, he's more than likely to knock it down.
Yeah, you like your chances with him shooting an open 12-footer. Murillo at the top of the circle. He's a reluctant shooter out there, dribbles into the corner and finds Brent. Rebels hedge that. Ball swung to Bostic, fakes a three on Brunk. Driving in the lane, left-hand scoop, kicks off the rim. He got in deep but missed it, close one. Here comes Brunk the other way after Looney's rebound. Johnny to the baseline, cut off. He's bumped, gets it out to Donahue. Anthony doubled, finds Brunk in the corner. Johnny played by Bostic, brings the dribble out front side. 3-2 the score, 3 minutes in. Rebels trail by 1. Brunk to Asher, finds Denny on a nice backdoor cut, and he put it up and in. That's a nice find by Asher, and Denny finished.
Nice play call from Coach Wantz there to get the offense rolling a little bit.
Well, we've seen Denny cutting backdoor all season long. had some success with it. First Rebel lead of the night. Bostic at the right arc. Tracy pops top side, dribbles to his left, puts up a 3 over Donahue, called it a 2. His foot was on the line. But Tracy's 2 gives Decatur Central the lead back at 5-4. That was a tough shot. Brunk takes it to the near sideline against Brent. Picked up his dribble out top Donahue. Donahue gets a screen from Asher. Tries to find Daniel on a roll and does. Daniel doubled in the block. Out to Looney. Aiden down the right side of the lane. Lost it, got it back. Finds a cutting Donahue in the paint. He fades, shoots, and scores! And put him on the line as he drew the contact. Similar to the spot he hit from moments ago, right out front in the paint. Donahue has 4, and the Rebels are back on top.
Well, they were reaching in a little bit because Donahue brought the ball down, and when he went up to shoot it, he got fouled.
Seti Brent's foul, his first, team second. Donahue, an 88%er, cans the free throw. He has 5 early points, does Anthony. And the Rebels lead at 7-5, halfway through quarter number 1. Brent kicks in the right corner to Bostic. Up and under, move from the elbow. Shot is too strong, and Looney up high to get another rebound. Aiden's third already. Here comes Brunk up the floor through the midcourt traffic. Shovels to Denny. At the right arc, back to Johnny. Johnny at the jump circle, played by Jones on a switch. Now Denny and Tracy facing up. Looney posting. Brent came up his back to poke it free. That's the second foul on Brent. He's become an integral part of their offense the last couple games. Had 21 points in the regular season finale against Danville. And 18, including 4 threes on Tuesday night against Perry. So Brent takes a seat with 2 fouls, and Carlos Hamilton, 5'10", but very muscular, steps into the fray. Brunk lobs to Looney at the foul line off the inbound, back to Johnny on the wing. Donahue with it, far sideline. On the ISO, into the paint, leaves for Looney. Aiden at the left arc, drives on Jones, cut off, finds Donahue down the baseline. Anthony had it knocked free out of a double team, flings it out toward the timeline. Denny's able to save it, no. Donahue tried to throw it off of Jones in the trap, but he missed Jones's leg, and the ball carried out toward midcourt, and the Rebels turn it over.
It's always a dangerous spot to be caught in the corner there, and as soon as he realized he was doubled, Donahue panicked a little bit and threw it away.
7-5, Rebels lead, 3 minutes to go. Murillo tucks it in, drives to the bucket, and scoops it in with the left hand. That's a nice move by the junior Murillo, and he's tied the game at 7. First tie of the night. Asher on the baseline, missed it short, got his own. He's in a double team, fighting through the double team. Shot blocked out of bounds. Off the end line, stays with the Rebels. Asher fighting through it down there, stuck with it.
Yeah, he's got to realize that he's getting doubled, and I think there was a third guy that came in at one point, so he's got to pass out of that.
Well, at 6'7", he's been able most of this season to see over those doubles, Nick.
Yeah.
Asher takes the lob from Brunk in deep, turns and shoots off the board. No, but he's fouled. That's another pet play the Rebels have run on that baseline inbound of either lob it into Asher or Looney and try and get them some action 10 feet from the rim.
Well,
that foul's on Jones.
Asher's 6'7", Looney's 6'3", but they can both get up at equal heights.
Asher cans the first free throw. Daniel is 64%er. And the Rebels, with 3 free throw attempts in this first quarter, have already matched their 3 from last Friday night at Brebeuf. That free throw in and out. Asher splits the pair, but the Rebel lead is 8-7. Here comes Tracy the other way. Bostic thought about a 3, instead shovels to Hamilton at the arc. Hamilton is not a three-point shooter, just 1 out of 10 on the season. Tracy, as the crowd's continuing to fill in, Hamilton fakes and he travels. I think any time a guy who's 1 for 10 on the season, Nick, from the arc, pump fakes from 22, you let him go ahead and do it.
Yeah, you just
just let me know when you're finished.
I'll stand here and wait.
Yeah,
and,
we'll wait on it.
Let me know when you're ready.
8-7 the score. Rebels lead by 1. 2:10 to go, first quarter. Sectional semifinal from Perry. Brunk left arc. Looks inside, instead out front. Donahue, 3 behind the screen. Bang! He got it. Looney freed him up, and Donahue has 8 in the quarter. And the Rebels have a 4-point lead. 11-7 with 2 minutes to go, first quarter.
Keep getting him open looks, and he'll knock him down.
That's Anthony's 46th 3 of the season, far and away the team leader. Bostic, left side Tracy. Both he and Bostic, Tracy, have over 33s on the season. Tracy's jumper is too strong, but he runs down the long carom in the corner, flips it out to Murillo at the foul line. Bostic back to Tracy in front of the Rebel bench. Bostic drive and lead to Hamilton. He drives into Rebel traffic and draws a foul. A couple defenders there. Let's see where it goes. Foul goes to Donahue. His first. Just the team's second. Malachi Linden coming on. 5'10", a senior, replacing Bostic. First Rebel sub into the game, that's Brandon Berger. 6'5", the senior. Brandon had started the previous 4 games, coming off the bench tonight. Tracy on the baseline inbound, out to Hamilton. Tracy really the lone three-point shooter with this lineup on the floor. Linden off a screen, down to Murillo. Backing on Looney, takes him to the rim and puts it up and in. That's a strong move by Murillo. He's finished twice with the left hand. He has 4. Brunk got in too deep, tried to save it, turned it over. Here comes Linden up the wing. He puts it up short over Looney, tapped up short. Looney in the traffic. Who's got the rebound? Berger. Had it knocked free, got it back. Outlet ahead to Denny. Inside a minute to go. Jacob pull up 17, got it. Denny with 4. Back to a 4-point Rebel lead, 13-9. Down the baseline, Tracy make that Jones draws a foul on the baseline against Berger.
On that last transition bucket, Denny came down the court. Murillo, respecting his speed, gave him plenty of space to pull up and shoot, and Denny did just that to knock it down.
Jones shoots 2, 79% on the year. First one up, first one spins out. And Nick, you bring up a great point about how they backed off. That's what you often see when you play a team a second time. There's a lot of scouting involved, and they know that Denny likes to drive it, so they gave him the jumper and he knocked it down.
From a basketball player, my guess would be that Murillo got beat earlier in the season bad by Denny's speed, and so he probably remembered that and backed off, maybe even subconsciously.
Jones misses both free throws. Skylar McGurk is in, 6'2", a junior. He plays Brunk out front, who hands to Donahue. Rebels 4-point lead in the ball. Brunk on the wing against McGurk. Doubled. Finds Berger in low. Out to Denny for a kick-out 3. Bang! He got it. Denny has 7 in the quarter, and the Rebel lead is 7. Rebel crowd getting involved. McGurk in the corner. Gives it out to Tracy. They've got plenty of time. Berger fouls Jones on a catch on the mid-right block. That foul on the floor, though, just the team's force, so no shots. But Berger's picked up 2 quick ones here.
He's not afraid to use all 5, but you don't want to lose a big man like that, especially this early in the game.
Jalen Perkins is in for the Hawks, 6'1", a junior. Already 4 reserves in the game for the Hawks. 11 seconds to go in the period. Tracy has it topside against Denny. Drive and kick to McGurk. He knuckleballs up a 3 that's no good. Rebound is pulled out of there by Tracy. He put it up short. Got his own rebound. Put it up, put it in, count it. Boy, the Rebels just had to get 1 rebound there, and they closed the quarter out, but Kenny Tracy, despite his 6-foot stature, pulled down 2 rebounds there in the final seconds and closes out the scoring. But the Rebels lead it 16-11 as we head to period number 2. We'll step out for 30 seconds and come right back with it after this on CBS Sports 14.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game.
Either Asher or Berger, so I think that if they continue to do that, they'll either find success driving in, or if the doubles come, they'll have kick-out 3s all day.
Rebels hitting 2 threes in that quarter. Donahue and Denny each connecting. Donahue has 8 for the Rebels, Denny 7. Kenny Tracy and Sebastian Murillo with 4 apiece for the Hawks. Rebels scoring 16 points in that first quarter. That's the Rebels' best scoring first quarter since the New Pal game back on January the 18th. It's about 6 weeks ago. Hawks ball to start it. Tracy posting Denny again, the right block this time. Denny forces him out. Tracy fall-away jumper is good from 10. Kenny Tracy with 6. Set the lineups for you as we get into things. Nick Spearing is in for the Rebels. 6'1", the junior, out there with Donahue, Berger, Denny, and Asher. So the Rebels go twin towers, so to speak, with both bigs. Donahue's trapped at the timeline, gives to Spearing, and he's fouled by Hamilton on the catch as Decatur Central really extended its defense out front. And a foul called on Hamilton. That's Hamilton's first, team 5th. Decatur Central has Tracy, Hamilton, McGurk, Linden, and Perkins on the floor. Same 5 they closed the quarter with. 16-13, Rebels lead. Spearing at the point for the Rebels with Brunk on the bench. Asher pops out top of the key. Turn and face, gives to Spearing. Nick had it poked free and stolen. Here comes Hamilton up the wing with Denny in pursuit. Denny poked at the basketball and fouls Hamilton. Putting Hamilton on the line. 15 foul on the Rebels, second on Denny. Well, the Rebels, Rebel point guards have turned it over more than a few times here early, Nick. Turnovers have been a story so far, despite the fact the Rebels are leading.
Yeah, like I said before the game even started, when they were getting shots up, when Roncalli was getting shots up, they looked good. They were putting them down really well, but in that possession especially, they didn't look like they could get anything going on offense, so they turned it over.
Hamilton hits the first free throw. Second one's up and in. He averages 2 points a game off the bench, does Hamilton, but Decatur scored 6 straight going back to the end of the first quarter and pulled back within 1. Looney's in for Denny for the Rebels. Donahue up the sidelines, finds Asher in the forecourt. Donahue to the corner, he's trapped. Tried to force it into Berger. Asher able to keep the possession alive. Donahue out front to Spearing. McGurk up tight on Spearing. Nick, hand to Donahue. Rebels need a good possession here and get a good shot. McGurk pressuring Looney out front. Over to Donahue. Donahue out top near the scores table. And Michael wants a full timeout. He has to regroup. The Rebels look a little disjointed against this aggressive trapping pressure from the Hawks. So we'll go ahead and take a timeout as well. We'll step out for 30 seconds and come right back with it. Rebels lead 16-15 on CBS Sports 14.
If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together.
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
India's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marion.edu.
Roncalli Rebels basketball presented by Marion University.
Marion University, we're back at it. CBS Sports 1430. Here's Rob Brown.
Rob Brown, next Who's Michael back with you from Para-Meridian High School. Early second quarter, 6:34 to go in the half. Rebels leading Decatur Central 16-15. Couple scores to update you on in 3A action at Garin Catholic. Chittard leading Ritter 12-10. And mid-second quarter at Center Grove, the Trojans at home leading Franklin Central 24-19. Johnny Brunk's back in for the Rebels, replacing Spearing. This half-court pressure, Nick, has really given the Rebels some trouble.
Yeah, and whenever there's pressure as a player, sometimes you get this mental notion that you got to speed up your offense, and Roncalli just looked like they couldn't do it.
Looney, cross-court pass, telegraphed and stolen. Linden scoops it up, goes to the other end. He missed the layup. Donahue rebounds and is fouled. Boy, Linden had a chance to give the Hawks the lead, but that's another Rebel turnover. And the foul is on Linden, his first, team 6.
Well, he looked really awkward going to the hoop. Tried to jump stop, I guess, and just
looked like his left ankle kind of gave way a little bit. Yeah, you're right.
And
his steps did not look fluid going to the rim. Denny's returned for the Rebels to give them another ball handler in for Berger. Donahue into the paint, bounced to Looney, tried to force it in. It's stolen by Tracy. He's on the run, cut off. And Linden's shot puts up a three that's no good. This ball run down the corner by Donahue. 16-15 Rebels lead, 2 minutes gone. Second quarter. Michael Wantz directing the traffic, trying to get people where he wants them. Brunk to the arc, one-hand pass to Donahue in the corner, fakes three, pull in, long two off the front of the rim. Asher came up the back, got away with a foul. Tracy has the rebound for the Hawks. Rebels retreat, and Tracy slows up top of the key. Gets it right back from Hamilton. Timeout called by the Hawks. 30-second timeout will stay here. 5:30 to go here in the first half. Rebels lead it on the Chick-fil-A board, 16-15.
Trouble with your phones or computers? Considering video surveillance? Contact Indy Teledata. They provide technology solutions to local businesses and organizations, including Roncalli High School. Indy Teledata is a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics and Fine Arts. For complete details, visit them at indyteledata.com. Established in 1969 through the consolidation of Chartrand High School and Kennedy Memorial High School, Roncalli today serves over 1,200 students. The majority of students are enrolled in a college preparatory curriculum, where the school offers a comprehensive curriculum for students of all levels of ability. Roncalli High School, preparation for life.
Well, Sebastian Murillo has returned for the Hawks, as has Nehemiah Jones, as has Seti Brent. So Skylar McGurk, the lone reserve on the floor for the Hawks. Jones with a nice feed from Tracy off a give and go, and the Hawks have the lead. First two for Jones. Brunk picks up his dribble, gives to Looney out front. Looney drives to the wing, stop and go. Got away with a walk perhaps. Over to Donahue on the far sideline. Rebels need a bucket badly. Donahue out at the left point against Tracy. Lob to Asher on a high-low. Daniel, the catch in traffic, had it poked free. Denny's got it, stolen away. All the way to the rim, Brent lays it in. Boy, the Rebels are unraveling right now. 19-16. It's a 10-0 run going back to the end of the first quarter. Brunk in the lane, up and under, put it up too strong from 8. Got a great look. Here comes Tracy the other way. Try to shovel a pass in traffic to Jones, and it squirts off the end line.
Well, at least Brunk got a look. Better than the last two possessions where they didn't have anything.
4:22 to go in the half. Rebels have yet to score here in the quarter. Brunk into the forecourt with Brent on his hip. Next Hawk foul will put the Rebels in the bonus. Asher at the elbow. Floats it back over to Brunk. Johnny down to Asher in the block. Daniel backing, hooking, short. Rebound knocked in the air and grabbed by McGurk. He gives to Murillo. Bounce across the paint to Jones. Jones, turnaround shot is short and rebounded by Looney. Good recovery by Looney and Asher there.
Did a good job of getting back to the block and making sure they didn't have any good looks at the rim.
Brunk down the lane, flipped it up, no, but he drew the foul in route and earned a trip to the line with 3:44 to go in the quarter. That foul is on Jones, his second. Team 7th. Did they give Johnny a shooting foul? They did. So Brunk shoots 2. Rebels looking for their first points in the quarter, and Brunk delivers on the first free throw. Ryan Bostic returns for the Hawks, replacing Jones. Brunk having a conversation with one of the officials, trying to get the ball back so he can shoot the second free throw. On the way and good. That snaps the Rebels scoreless drought of 4:16 to start the quarter. And it's a 1-point Decatur Central lead, 19-18. Rebels have a foul to give at the defensive end. Brent takes it to the right side. Out top to McGurk. Bounce on the wing to Tracy. Murillo trying to post. He drifts up and sets a high screen for Tracy. Tracy stop and go drive down the lane, blocked from behind. Knocked off the end line. Last touch by Tracy. I didn't see who got the block.
Yeah,
maybe it was Denny.
Yeah, it looked
on
like
the help.
Denny coming down, saw the drive coming and just not touched it just a little bit.
So Brunk brings it up against McGurk. McGurk up way tight. Johnny high dribbling out front. Now he's in the lane, pull up to Looney. Aiden driving, a lot of contact off the inline. It goes out of bounds, stay with the Rebels.
I don't think the defender touched the ball on that one.
Well, Rebels are trying to draw some contact and get to the line. They're in the bonus.
Yep.
3:04 left in the half. Rebels trail by 1. Brunk on the wing to Denny. Catch and shoot 3 off the front of the rim. And the rebound loose on the deck, picked up by Looney. Aiden looking inside for Asher. Daniel backing on Brent. He's doubled, steps through it. Finds Denny. Over to Brunk for a 3. Off the rim. Rebound in the corner. Brunk tried to run it down, but it goes off the inline. Last touch by the Rebels. A lot of hustle by both clubs there into the corner. 19-18 the score. Rebels have been outscored 8-2 in this quarter. Carlos Hamilton is in for Tracy.
Roncalli's offense did look good on that possession, though. They got it inside a couple times, got a couple kick-out threes.
Couple clean looks, yeah. Agreed.
Just knock them down.
Rebels trail by 1. Brent drives on Denny, puts up a shot. He was fouled on the way. He flipped it in, but the foul on the floor. And the Rebels had a foul to give. But if that's Denny, that's 3. And it is indeed Denny. His third, team 6. That sends Nick Spearing scurrying back into the game. Denny done for the half with 7 points. So now the Rebels are at the foul limit. 16 fouls, 2:29 to go in the half. McGurk inbounding. To Bostic in the corner, out to Brent. Brent left arc against Donahue. Takes it out front. Hamilton way out high to Brent. Bostic driving, throws up a wild shot that's short, tried to draw the foul, didn't get it, and Asher has the rebound. Daniel needs help, finds Donahue. Donahue through the lane. Pull up from the foul line, too strong, in and out. Rebound tapped at, Asher comes away with it, knocked off the inline, touched by Brent, and the Rebels keep it.
Well,
Tracy is back in the game.
Great shot, and then great job of Roncalli to get on the offensive boards, and now looking like getting another possession out of it.
Asher's activity kept it alive. Brunk inbounds in the corner to Asher. 2 minutes to go in the half. Donahue double in the corner to Asher. Turn and shoot, short. Against the pressure of Brent. Here comes Tracy. Jams on the breaks out front. Brent steps into a trailing 3 that's good. Got to find him. Second 3 of the game for Brent. He's hit both of the Hawk 3s. Michael Wantz would like a timeout. 30-second timeout will stay here. 1:42 to go in the half, and the Rebels trailing 22-18.
As you learn what it means to be a Marian University Knight, you'll begin defining your life's purpose, personal strengths, and a vision for your future. Visit marian.edu and find out, what are you made of? Go Knights. As a leader and innovator in the printing industry, Harding Pullman Group's reputation as a powerful printing resource speaks volumes about who they are as a company. Their passion and commitment has not faded over time, and as a result, the level of trust and confidence their customers place in them is unparalleled. Harding Pullman Group, changing the way you think and feel about printing.
At 22-18 our score. Rebels trailing by 4. It's been all Hawks here in the period. Decatur with an 11-2 advantage. Rebels only points in this quarter, 2 Johnny Brunk free throws. Johnny into the forecourt against Brent. Bounce to Looney at the arc. Out high to Asher. Daniel needs help, finds Brunk. Johnny had it knocked free, got it back. Takes a look at Looney in the post. Looney feeling his way. Jump stopping in the paint, fading away. It rolled off the rim from 10. He got a great look, but couldn't finish it.
Yep.
Here comes Tracy on the run. The Rebels are back defensively. Ball swung in the corner to Brent. He's down the baseline. He's in deep. His pass is deflected into the backcourt. Tracy goes ahead to get it. 1 minute to go. Tracy kicks in the corner. Brent, another 3. That's good again. Boy, that's the guy you got to find. He's been red hot as of late. He's hit 3 threes in the game, 2 in the quarter, and the lead for the Hawks is a game-high 7. Spearing. Down to Asher in the block. Turn and shoot on the way up, fouled. And he tees it up twice. with 41 seconds to go in the quarter. That foul is on Murillo, his first and the team 8th. Asher shoots 2, first one too strong. Berger's at the table. .41 seconds to go. Asher hits the second free throw. And then he takes a seat, replaced by Berger. Rebels have scored just 3 points in this second quarter, all from the foul line. And what was once a 7-point Roncalli lead in the first quarter is now a 6-point deficit, 25-16. Tracy and Bostic play catch out front. Both teams over the foul limit. Spearing plays Brent. Now Tracy back to Brent at the jump circle. Brent has it out front with 16 seconds to go in the half. Brent has 14 points in the game. Make that 11. 3 threes. Tracy at the top, slipped, lost the handle, got away with a walk, gets it over to Brent. Fading away, long 3 off the rim. Rebound tap, no, and that'll do it. But the Rebels tie a season low with 3 points in that second quarter, and they go the entire quarter without a field goal. Decatur Central outscores the Rebels 14-3 in the period, and as a result, the Hawks take a 6-point lead, 25-19 into the halftime break. Stay tuned, we'll step out for 1 minute. When we come back, we'll have all the particulars on tonight's Beck Service Center halftime show. Up next on CBS Sports.
Injured? Norfolk Indy Urgent Care Clinics
Are you a barista? Because I like you a latte.
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists...
With you at Perry Meridian High School, we are indeed on the Beck Service Center halftime show. Rebels trailing Decatur Central 25-19. Let's take a look at how it unfolded. Rebels had a 7-point lead in that first half, or first quarter rather, 16-9. And it was a 16-11 Rebel lead at the end of one. But then the Rebels went 4 minutes and 16 seconds to start the second quarter without a point. And when they finally got back on the board, they found themselves trailing. Decatur Central led by as much as 7 in the second quarter before Daniel Asher closed out the scoring with a free throw at the 41-second mark. All told, it was a 3-point Rebel second quarter, tying the season low. Rebels did not have a field goal in the second quarter. All 3 points came from the line. And as a result, the Rebels find themselves down 25-19. And Nick, as well as the Rebels played in that first quarter, things went the other way in a bad way in the second quarter.
Yeah, well, Decatur Central started to turn on the defensive pressure a little bit. They're getting traps both in the corners on the timeline. Roncalli just looked out of sync. It looked like as soon as Decatur turned on that pressure, Roncalli couldn't get anything going on offense. They got a couple of free throws, but especially I think towards the end of the second quarter, they were getting better looks. They were getting looks closer to the rim. They just didn't really convert.
Well, if the Rebels are to find their way to tomorrow night's sectional final, they'll have to do something tonight that they've not done all year, and that's win when trailing at the half. The Rebels are 0-12 so far this year when they trail at the half. Stay with us. We'll step out for 2 minutes. When we come back, Nick will run down tonight's first half totals as the Rebels trail Decatur Central at the break, 25-19. We're back with more after this on CBS Sports 1430.
Are you a barista? Because I like you a latte.
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
Are you a barista? Because I like you a latte.
CBS Sports 1430. Your Roncalli Rebels trailed Decatur Central Hawks 19-25 at halftime here in the sectional tournament. I'm here with your first half totals. We'll start with Roncalli. Jacob Denny had 7 points. Anthony Donahue led Roncalli scores with 8 points, going 1 of 1 from the foul line. Daniel Asher had 2 points. Both were from the foul line. He was 2 of 4. And Johnny Brunt closed out scoring for Roncalli with 2 points. Both of those were also from the foul line. He was a perfect 2 of 2. In that first half, Roncalli had 7 turnovers, was 2 of 5 from the three-point arc, and was 5 of 7 from the foul line. For the Decatur Central Hawks, Kenny Tracy had 6 points. Kenny Brent had 11 points with 3 three-pointers. Nehemiah Jones had 2 points and was 0 of 2 from the foul line. Murillo had 4 points, and Hamilton had 2 points. And both of those were from the foul line. He was 2 of 2. In that first half, Decatur Central had 2 turnovers, was 3 of 7 from the three-point arc, and was 2 of 4 from the foul line. Rob and I will be back to call the second half after this on CBS Sports 1430.
Throughout Chick-fil-A's history, the company has been on a journey to serve not only delicious
2 minutes
food
here,
with a
Luke,
warm
2 minutes.
smile, but also offer a menu customers feel great about eating. New Egg White Grill, a protein-packed breakfast sandwich, is a lower-calorie menu option made with a breakfast-sized portion of grilled chicken breast, freshly grilled egg whites, and American cheese served on a toasted multi-grain English muffin. Visit the Southport Road Chick-fil-A today and try one.
Schedule online, anytime. Getting an appointment with Ascension Care Teams at St. Vincent just got easier.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic...
Center Grove leading by only 5, 32-27. Lawrence Central, the number 2 ranked team in the state, they're all over North Central, 42-27 at the half. And Ritter, after trailing Chittard 12-10 at the end of the first quarter, the Raiders outscored the Trojans 24-3 in the second quarter, and Ritter with a huge halftime lead, 34-15 in 3A play. That Ritter team's a very good team.
I guess if you're going to take a positive out of that second quarter, it's going to be that it's not unreasonable. 6 points is by no stretch of the imagination out of reach. You give up 24 points when you only score 3. That might be counting a little out of reach. But Roncalli is in no way out of this game, so they can come out. And I think if they start like they started the first quarter, then they'll be in great shape here.
Well, it was Decatur Central's pressure, as you mentioned, Nick, that really turned the game in the favor of the Hawks in that second quarter. The Rebels offensively were about able to do whatever they wanted in that first quarter. Got a lot of good looks, a lot of really efficient possessions, and much of Decatur Central's action in that second quarter came off of scramble situations they created with their defense. Rebels will have the ball to start the second half, moving away from our vantage point in this second half. Rebels working toward the east goal, toward their bench. Brunk, Donahue, Looney, Denny, and Asher, the Rebel 5. Same 5 that started the game. Same for the Hawks. Original starting 5 on the floor. Kenny Tracy, Bostic, Brent, Jones, and Murillo. Second half underway. Brunk gives to Asher at the left arc. Murillo gives him all sorts of space. Looney pops out. Dribble handoff to Denny. Jacob, elbow pull up over. Tracy is too strong. Jacob taps at it, got his own. Put it up, put it in. Boy, Jacob Denny just stayed with it and finished.
Never gave up on that rebound there and ended up with a layup for him.
That's a tremendous hustle sequence by Denny. So the Rebels score first. Good energy on that first offensive possession. Tracy gives to Brent, cutting back door. Looney got a piece, and Donahue has the rebound. John Ashworth thought his guy was fouled. Asher running the floor, jams on the brakes, gives to Brunk in the corner. Johnny, drive and leave it to Donahue at the left arc. Pull up 3 right on Tracy. It kicks off the rim, but Asher timed his jump, but his back tap goes into the Rebel bench. And he goes back to Decatur Central. That's a pretty good look by Donahue.
Yeah, I don't remember who that defender was, but taking a big chance, not even putting a hand up on Donahue.
Tracy. Yep, even out at 21 feet.
And that was right on line, too, just a little short.
Rebels show a 2-3 zone for the first time tonight. Brunk and Denny at the top. Have to find the shooters in this.
Yep.
Primarily Seti Brent. Bostic puts up a 3 out front. That one's off the mark. Tracy flies in and knocked the rebound free from Asher, but Brunk has it. Rebels trail 25-21. Jacob Denny's bucket, the lone hoop. Here in the early stages of quarter number 3. Denny cut back door. Pass was knocked free. He got it back. But no layup there. He has to circle the wagons to the left arc. Out to Donahue. Donahue. Bounce to a cutting Denny. Denny cut one way. The pass went the other.
That's okay, though. That's Roncalli's 8th turnover.
Well, as we've talked throughout the season, Nick, you never like turnovers, but you mind the dead ball turnovers less.
Yep. There was good ball movement on that possession, though.
Brent on the far sideline. In the corner, Bostic. Rebels in a 2-3. Float over the top to Tracy. At the right arc against Brunk. Jones flares out over to Bostic. Bostic looking inside. Brent fakes a pass back to Bostic. His 3 over Denny's outstretched hand is short. Rebound grabbed by Jones. He gives to Murillo on the baseline, and Asher had to foul him to stop the layup. That's Daniel's first and the team's first. Rebels outscored Decatur Central 5-2 from the foul line in the first half. Murillo shoots 2. He's a 76%er. Hawks are 70%ers as a team. Murillo misses the first. Decatur Central 2 for 5 from the line so far tonight. Murillo, the left-hander, puts up the second one. That one's no good. And Denny and Looney have the rebound surrounded. 25-21. Rebels trail by 4. Brunk out front against the man-to-man of Decatur Central. Denny ISO'd on the wing against Tracy. Stumbling to the baseline. He's in a double team, and Tracy pokes it into the Rebel bench, allowing Roncalli to regroup on the inbound.
I think he would have had a layup there if he wouldn't have stumbled. He had a nice spin move, just lost his footing a little bit.
Off the inbound, is stolen away. They tried to force the inbound on a bounce pass to Asher, and it's poked away. Rebels retreating. Tracy hand-checked at the foul line by Brunk. That's the first on Johnny. Second on the Rebels here in the half. Crowd for the second game. Ben Davis and Pike starting to file in. That'll tip it in about an hour. Brent out between the circles against the Rebel 2-3 zone. He hit 3 threes in the first half. Taking his time with the dribble. Ball reversed to Tracy for a long one. That one's in and out. And the rebound is fought for, and Donahue comes away with it on the deep baseline. Anthony waits for the defenders to retreat. Brings it into the forecourt himself against Jones. Bounce to Denny on the wing. Lob into Asher. The catch, the finish. He missed the shot, but he was hit by Murillo. And Daniel shoots 2 with 4:47 to go in the third. This time it's a Decatur Central drought to start a quarter offensively.
Yeah, and I don't know if they changed something at halftime, but no one came over to help on Asher there from Decatur.
Asher misses the first free throw. Daniel just 2 out of 5 from the line tonight. Second one up, second one in. So Asher has attempted 6 of the Rebel 9 free throws in this game. 25-22, Rebels creep back to within 3. 4:35 to go in the third. Denny stole the pass. Here comes Brunk. Johnny waits for help, skips it over to Denny for a 3 to tie. That's short. Rebound tapped up by Asher and pulled out of there by Murillo. He stumbles into the forecourt. Here comes Jones. He put it up, put it in. Jones with 2. That's the first hoop of the second half for the Hawks. 27-22. Rebel deficit is 5. Donahue picked up his dribble, needs help. Gives to Looney, almost a 5-second count. Looney out between the circles against Jones. On the wing to Brunk. Johnny swings through against Brent. Has his dribble. He's into the lane. He fakes. Pull up from the foul line too strong. Rebound Asher fights for it. Couldn't handle it off the end line. It goes back to the Hawks. Well, that was a good look that Johnny got to pump fake the defender off his feet.
Roncalli's gotten good looks throughout the start of this quarter.
27-22. Rebels trailing by 5. Halfway through, Tracy's fall-away shot. He tried to draw the foul. It wasn't called. Here comes Brunk the other way. Shovels to Donahue trailing. Anthony fakes. He's down the baseline. He puts it up and in. Tough pull-up from 5 on the baseline. Donahue's into double figures for the 14th time this year. Rebels back within 3. 27-24. Very deliberately paced third quarter thus far. Jones at the elbow, turn and face. They find Murillo at the doorstep. Rebels fell asleep on the backside of the zone, and Murillo has an easy one. 29-24. Decatur Central leads by 5, led by 6 coming into the quarter. Brunk gets a screen. He's to the bucket. A lot of contact. He flipped it up and in and put him on the line. Johnny going to that strong left hand. Sets up an and-one opportunity. Foul goes to Brent, his third. Johnny can make it a 2-point game, and he does with the free throw. Brunk 3 for 3 from the line tonight. 29-27. Rebels creep to within 2.
Normally you don't get the 3-point shooters out of the game by foul trouble, but in this case, that might be the case.
2-3 zone for the Rebels, as we've seen throughout this third quarter. Bostic killed his dribble over to Tracy. Brent tees up a three over Brunk. That's long. Rebound knocked to the perimeter, scooped up by Bostic. Brent shovels to Murillo. He puts it up and in. Boy, Murillo has been the difference in this quarter. He's had a couple easy buckets. Brunk's through the lane. He finds Donahue in the corner for three. He was fouled by Jones on a closeout, and an 88%er in Donahue will shoot three. It's the third foul on Jones. That was a foolish closeout.
Yeah.
Donahue shoots 3 free throws. Anthony, an 88%er on the year. First one up and in. 31-28, 2:16 to go in the third quarter. Second one on the way. That one rattles home. Anthony has a team-high 12. Subs into the game for the Hawks, both of whom played in the first half. It's Linden, number 25, and Hamilton, number 33 on. Tracy and Brent have a seat. Brent, the only player for the Hawks with 3 fouls. Denny has 3 for the Rebels. Donahue's third free throw is good. So it's a 3-point possession for Donahue, and the Rebels are within 1. They stay with the 2-3 zone, but 2 of Decatur Central's best 3-point shooters are now on the bench in Tracy and Brent. Let's see how the Hawks can score. Bostic's open for 3. That's good. Well, the 1 3-point shooter they kept on the floor was Bostic, and he connects. His first 3 of the night, his 38th of the season. Brunk drives, a lot of contact. He missed the drive, and the rebound by Hamilton. It's a 4-point lead. Hamilton. Bostic another 3. That one's around and off. And Donahue by himself with the rebound. Anthony into the forecourt. Inside 100 seconds to go. Anthony lost the handle, and Jones has the loose ball. Here comes Murillo. Gives to Hamilton for a spot up 3. That's good. Hamilton was 1 for 10 on the season from 3-point range. And the Hawks have hit 2 straight threes. It's a 7-point game. And Michael Watts has seen enough. Full timeout called. 1:20 to go in the third. We'll do the same. Stepping out for 30 and coming right back on CBS Sports 1430.
Steve's Flowers and Gifts is your family of.
If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together.
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
If I could rearrange...
Memorable. Call 317-787-3431 or visit us at 3150 East Thompson Road.
Presented by Marion University.
Marion University. We're back at it. CBS Sports 1430. Here's Rob Brown.
Roncalli High School serves over 1,200 students in a nurturing atmosphere that promotes academic, social, and spiritual growth in the Catholic tradition. Roncalli has been recognized 3 times as a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence. Roncalli High School, preparation for life.
Well, after the Rebels had pulled to within 1, Decatur Central hit 2 straight threes, and now the Hawks have matched their biggest lead of the night, 37-30. 1:20 to go in the third. Here comes the trap. Brunk has to get it over the timeline. Johnny going backwards. Jump pass to Donahue near half court is broken up and stolen by Murillo. He's in the lane. Gives to McGurk for 3. That's off the front of the rim. It's tapped out to the perimeter, and Hamilton. His pull in from 2 is good. Hamilton's hit 5 off the bench here in this quarter. And now it's a 9-point Decatur Central lead inside a minute to go in the third. Looney bumped by Jones 30 feet from the hoop. That's the 4th foul on Jones. Team 4th. But Jones will depart, replaced by Jalen Perkins. That was a 1-point game. And the Hawks have run off 8 in a row. Donahue into Denny. Jacob splits a double, drives to the basket, flipped it up and in! And he drew the foul. What a big bucket there. Denny falling away in traffic. Put it up and in, and earned a trip to the line.
Well, they need some energy, and that was a great way to get it, and 1 from Jacob Denny.
That foul's on Murillo, his 3rd, team 5th. Denny's free throw rolls up and in. So big three-point play to cut the lead down to 6. Jacob into double figures. He has 12. Rebels need a stop here to close out the half. Decatur Central looks like they're content to hold for one shot. 6-point lead the Hawks have, which is where we began this third quarter. Cardinal Ritter's run is now 50-5 in that game with Chittard.
Wow.
My, oh my. McGurk handles out near the timeline with 15. And Linden gets it back from Hamilton. Over to McGurk with 8. Cross-court skip to Hamilton. He tees up a 3 that Denny got a piece of. Hamilton's down the baseline. His pull-up is in and out. Rebounded by Berger to Denny. Half-court heave on the way is wide right after the horn regardless. And that'll do it. So the Rebels have a 19 and make it a 14-point third quarter. Each team with 14 points in that third quarter. And the Hawks will take a 6-point lead. Decatur Central up by 6 as we head to the fourth. Back with it after this 30-second timeout on CBS Sports 1430.
Every day we go.
Change the alphabet. I'd put you and I together.
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
The 6th 3 of the night for the Hawks, and they're back up 9, 42-33. Brunk, Looney, Denny, Berger, and Donahue, the Rebel 5, on the floor to start the fourth. Denny turns the corner. He's to the bucket. He put it up, put it in, drew the foul. Just Jacob Denny, straight line driving. That's been a prescription all year long. Fouls on Perkins, his first. He checks out, replaced by Malachi Linden. Denny shoots 1. That's the 6th foul on the Hawks. So the Rebels at the doorstep of the bonus the rest of the way. Denny's free throw is up and in. Jacob has 15. It's 42-36. 1 minute gone in the final quarter. Bostic on the far sideline. Looked at Murillo, instead gives to Brent in the jump circle. Over to Tracy, who hit a 3 moments ago. Ball swung to Brent. He's got a 3 on the air over Looney, is no good. Tracy, though, flew in and missed the put back. Berger has the rebound, clears to Donahue. Anthony jams on the brakes at the left arc, finds Brunk top side. Johnny the wing, bounce to Denny. Berger posting, gives to Looney out front. Back to Denny. Forced it into Berger and stolen away by Brent. Brent through the midcourt traffic. He's down the lane, gives to Murillo. He's fouled by Berger at the rim and shoots 2 with 6.5 to go.
Wish I could count the number of times that Roncalli's just tried to force something that's not there. I mean, there's no shot clock at this level, so there's no reason to. I don't know.
That foul's on Berger, his 3rd. Team 3rd, Murillo shoots 2. First one's up and in. Murillo has 9. Asher's on for Berger. 6.5 to go. It's a 7-point Decatur Central lead. Murillo's been in double figures 5 times this season, make it 6 as he hits the second free throw. 43-36, the Hawk lead is 44-36, beg your pardon, the Hawk lead is 8. And Denny lost the handle right in front of the bench with no pressure, out of bounds. And Michael Wants just walks back to his seat. 44-36, 6:25 to go. We're right at the top of the hour, so the next time we have an opportunity, we'll take a station ID break. Our guy Luke Jones on his toes, ready for that. Rebels shift to a man-to-man, down 8 with 6:10 to go. Have to come out and initiate the action a little bit. Tracy in the jump circle, in no particular hurry. Takes the dribble to the far sideline. Asher hedges on a screen. Amarillo in the corner. He backs, tucks it in, scoops it up, off the window and in. And the Hawks have their first double-figure lead of the night. 46-36. Ronk out between the circles. Looking for some action away from the ball. Asher pops out left wing to get it. Back to Looney. Handed Denny. He's fouled by Linden at the top of the circle. That puts the Rebels in the bonus. With 5:26 to go, maybe the Rebels will have a chance to get back in this from the foul line. Roncalli has outscored Decatur 11-2 from the line so far tonight. Denny shoots a 1-1. With 5:26 left and the Rebels down 10. First one up, first one in. Jacob with 16 points on the night, one of 2 Rebels in double figures. Hawks have 2 in double figures. Seti Brent has 11. Sebastian Murillo has a team-high 12. Denny hits the second free throw. 46-38. Rebels need stops and scores. With 5:20 to go, possibly in their season. Tracy dribble handoff to Bostic. He drives, tied up on the way to the rim, and a foul called on a reach-in. Who takes that? That's Denny, his 4th. Jacob's 4th foul, and Nick Spearing comes on. Just the 14th foul on the Rebels. Bostic to lob to Tracy in the paint. And Tracy falling away, just throws the ball out of bounds. Good defense by Looney.
Yep, that's only the 4th Decatur Central turnover in the game.
And how many do the Rebels have?
They have 6 this half and 13 in the game.
And Brent grabs Bruck before the ball is put in play. That's his 4th foul. And the Rebels are in the bonus. Well, that was a foolish foul.
I don't know how many whammies were on that one, but that's a 4th foul to a really good 3-point shooter. Roncalli gets to score without the clock moving, and there's no pressure put on Roncalli right now.
So Brent checks out with his 4th foul, and Hamilton returns. Brunk shoots a 1-1. Up and short. Rebound and grab by Hamilton. Hamilton's on the run. He's down the lane, and he put it up, no. Rebounded by Spearing in traffic. Nick needs help, and the ball poked free, but Donahue has it. He finds Looney. Now Spearing, left alone for 3. Off the rim. Donahue fights for the rebound and takes it away from Bostic. He's in low. He put it up, he put it in, and he drew the foul. With 4:45 to go. That foul's on Ryan Bostic, his first, team 9. So Donahue with an and one chance here that could pull the Rebels to within 5, and he hits on the free throw. 16 for Donahue. It's 46-41. Rebels have scored 5 in a row after falling down 10. Still have 4:38 left. Bostic drives on Spearing. Over to Linden. Back to Bostic. Now Tracy wants it and gets it. A hand check foul on Brunk. Way out high. That's just the 5th foul on the Rebels, however. So no shots for the Hawks. Second foul on Brunk. What's the call here? Okay. There was an aggressive whistle blow down the floor. I didn't know if there was a technical foul or something called, but not the case. Nehemiah Jones is back in for Linden for the Hawks. Tracy into the forecourt, working out front against Brunk. Leaves it from Murillo at the arc. Back to Tracy. Rebels trail by 5, 46-41. Tracy driving, pull up over Asher is short. Trying to get his own rebound off the inline. Last touch by Donahue. That's a good call. We had a good look at that one as it was right below us along the western baseline. 46-41, 4:04 to go. The Hawks lead by 4. Tracy inbounding, flips it out to Hamilton. Brunk up tight on Tracy. Tracy is a poor free throw shooter if it gets to that point. Bostic in a double team, forces up a bad shot. That's a bad call.
Yeah.
That looked like good defense and a good contest on that shot, but instead it's a foul on Spearing. His first in the team's 6. Bostic was fouled in the act, and he shoots 2. Bostic an 87%er. 3:54 left. Rebels down 5. Bostic, the left-hander, first one up and in. He is one of 2 double-figure scorers for the Hawks. Came in averaging 12 and change. He has just 4 tonight, all coming in the second half. Deep knee bend, second free throw on the way, around and off. And Tracy flew up the back of Looney, knocked it off the end line. No call there, but the Rebels do get the basketball back, down 6.
As a rebounder, I'm not a fan of that call at all, or the no call, I should say.
Agreed. 47-41. Brunk driving, cut off, kicks it out to Spearing. Pass telegraphed and stolen by Bostic. To the bucket, he put it up and in. That's a big swing right there. 49-41, back to an 8-point lead. Jacob Denny at the table. Timeout, Rebels. 30-second timeout, we'll keep it here. 3:26 to go, and the Rebels trail on the Chick-fil-A board, 49-41.
Well, some believe an athlete's peak performance is limited. Others dream of new ways to expand the boundaries of what the human body can achieve. At St. Vincent Sports Performance, this is not a dream but reality. The science of sports performance as defined by St. Vincent. The athletes they serve live this dream daily, reaching new heights of strength, agility, balance, endurance, and speed. Rooted in Southside Indianapolis, Jockers Flowers is a household name among the community and local businesses alike. Family owned and operated, Jockers Flowers delivers quality through customer satisfaction and consistently stunning displays, baskets, and stonework. Call Jockers 784-1614.
Well, we're well past the top of the hour. I fell asleep at the switch, so we need to call a station identification before we go any further. Pausing 10 seconds to remind you, you're listening to Roncalli Basketball on CBS Sports 1430.
Indy's home for hoops is CBS Sports 1430, WXNT AM Indianapolis, WZPL HD3 Greenfield, Indianapolis.
Now Jacob Denny off the inbound. Rebels run a play, and Hawks played Denny for the drive, and his pull-up jumper was missed, and then the Rebels foul on the rebound attempt. That was Asher's foul, his second. Team 7. So Carlos Hamilton goes to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Hamilton's been a difference maker tonight. Average is just 2. He has 7 off the bench.
Yeah, and I believe he hit one of those threes that stretched a 1-point lead back to a 7-point lead.
1 for 10 on the season. Free throw spins out, rebounded by Donahue. Rebels trail by 8, 3:15 left. Brunk on the wing. Out front, Looney. Back to Brunk. Johnny in traffic. Bounce over to Denny. Jacob drives to the bucket. A lot of contact. He put it up and in. No foul called, but he converts. 49-43. Inside 3 minutes to go. Hamilton holds it on his hip. Both teams are over the foul limit. See if the Rebels foul Tracy if he catches it. He's only a 50% free throw shooter. Hamilton up tight. Ball's loose on the deck. Denny dives for it. It goes in the backcourt, and Tracy has it. Tracy's in the lane. He shoots a pull-up short, but he's fouled from behind and shoots 2 with 2:32 to go. Brunk tried to block it from behind, instead takes the foul, his third teammate. Tracy was fouled in the active shooting, so he shoots 2. He is their worst free throw shooter among their starters, just a 55%er on the year. First one up, in and out.
There you go.
6-point game, 49-43. Rebels trail by 6. One more up. That one is no good. Rebounded by Donahue. Bounce ahead to Brunk. Johnny Over to Looney, skip to Denny, measures a three off the rim. Rebound tap free, who's got it? Jones. Here comes Tracy. Bounce over to Bostic. He shoots a pull-up three for some reason. That's no good. Rebound fought for. There's bodies all over the deck. Where's the foul? Oh, no! They're going to call that foul on the Rebels. You got to be kidding me.
Ridiculous.
Oh, that's terrible.
Berger.
That's Denny's fifth, and he's gone.
They called it on Denny?
And a technical foul is called on Jacob Denny. Now things have gotten sideways, and we need to check ourselves as well.
Well, yeah. Brandon Berger had good position
That's a tough
there
call.
for the rebound.
Both teams were grabbing. You either no call that. That's a terrible call.
Yep.
And Denny gets a technical foul on his way out. He is fouled out of the game and also called for a tee. Scorer's table trying to sort this out. That was a tough call, and that may have put the nail in the Rebels.
Well, this all started with Bostic shooting a transition three up 6 with 2 minutes left.
Which was foolish. So Murillo shoots a 1-1 on the foul that was initially called. He hits the front end. Denny is fouled out. Got a technical for his troubles on the way to the bench. One more for Murillo. That one's good. And now the Hawks shoot the 2 free throws for the technical. Murillo shoots those as well. That one's no good. Murillo is 2 off his season high of 16. He has 14. Second one up. That one's good. So it's a 3-point possession, and the Hawks have the ball and a 9-point lead. If that foul's called the other way, the Rebels are shooting free throws down 6. But it's a full timeout called by the Hawks. We'll take one as well. 52-43, 2:15 to go. We're back with it after this on CBS Sports 1430.
Hi, folks. It's Ben Stallings from Beck Service Center.
If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together.
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
of grilled chicken breast, freshly grilled egg whites, and American cheese served on a toasted.
Are you a barista?
Hey, and try one.
Roncalli High School is the
Copy that.
arch